Hello, good morning, good afternoon, buona notte, ni hao, wherever you are, whatever the time is, hello. It's your boy, the Big G, coming to you live from Studio. Today, I would like to bring you the second edition of Spirituality is a Cheat Code. Just a very quick disclaimer, I haven't posted in 10 days, 11 days. Now, the reason for this is not laziness, it's not me falling off the back of a truck, it's not me getting into a serious car accident, it's not me grieving the death of a dog or a cat, it's not me getting abducted by aliens or getting lost in the wilderness and coming back as an Aboriginal, American, Australian, whatever wannabe. It is by virtue of losing my phone, or rather getting my phone stolen at a festival on the weekend. Essentially, two guys came up to me and pretended to start a mosh pit, and 30 seconds later, they had yoinked my phone. It is what it is. I had to exercise the minimalist in me, and over the last 4 days, I haven't had a phone, and it's not really been that bad, to be fair. I've missed, obviously, uploading, I've missed certain things, and I guess it's needed to have a phone in the modern era, but I haven't missed it in terms of how I felt towards holding this little piece of plastic and metal, whatever, in my hand, and social media, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so as I say, second edition of Spirituality is the Cheat Code. The last one was about 5 weeks ago. I did say I was gonna bring these every month, but I haven't. So yeah, there's that. Basically, if you didn't watch that video, essentially what I do in the Spirituality is a Cheat Code volumes is I speak through some of the things that have come up in my meditations over the last week. So obviously a lot of comes up in my meditations, and I mean like internal shit. I'm not going to speak about all of it because most of it will be pretty boring, and even the stuff that isn't boring might well be just irrelevant, or maybe I don't feel as though I have enough to say on the matter. So yeah, 3 key themes. I'm going to speak about them all. I'm going to tell you how they've impacted my life, and I'm also going to tell you how spirituality is a cheat code, how spirituality can help you to overcome these 3 things, or help you to battle these 3 things, or work through these 3 things, if these 3 things resonate with you in any way, shape or form, which I'm sure they will, because I'm a human, you're a human, we're all humans, we all have the same up brains, and there's a lot of overlap with regards to the way we treat ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves, and other things as well that will have come up over my meditations, blah blah blah. Anyway, let's get on with it. So the first thing that I have been thinking about a lot lately is this idea of complacency with mediocrity. So I think it's all well and good sitting here and telling you that complacency is the enemy. Obviously, you know that already. You don't need me to tell you that. I think from my own experience in my own life, the way that I had to overcome this was by being completely and utterly complacent, by being completely and utterly average. To be average at something is actually a good thing. You shouldn't treat being average at something as a negative. You should see being average as an opportunity to grow, but also you should see it as a huge, huge motivator. The things that I am naturally better at in my life, so I've always been very much sort of like a happy-go-lucky, blah, 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 joyous, open-minded, happy person. And that's always just sort of come naturally. And by virtue of the sort of person that I was and I am, I let it slip. Maybe I got into my own head, and I'd see people around me struggling with mental health. I was just thinking that could never be me. Like, I am naturally a very happy, contented person. So there's no need for me to do the work on my brain, on my happiness, because there's no chance that I will ever end up down the route of depression. It leads to sort of all these other negative dispositions within one's brain. Now, that isn't the case. You need to do the work, you need to strive, you need to keep trying to improve, you need to keep trying to look after your brain. And I didn't do that because I thought I wasn't at risk, I wasn't susceptible to having these negative pullbacks. I was wrong. However, maybe if I had grown up as someone who was maybe slightly less happy, it would have pushed me to do the work quicker, and maybe it would have taught me this lesson a little bit quicker. And like now I know that even though I am a naturally happy person, I do need to keep doing the work to remain happy, to remain at the top of my game, to remain joyous and blah, 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 all of this. Another example, the gym. I don't know if this is necessarily true, but I started the gym at quite a young age, 16, 17. And again, I took to it quite well. There was probably a large genetical effect. I'm not sure if genetical is a word. There's probably a large genetical effect, we're gonna roll with it, that led to me being able to put on some size, especially in my shoulders and my chest and my back, quicker than most people would when they first take to the gym. Maybe it's because I was working hard, maybe it's because I was eating like a pig. There are potentially other factors that are more important than genetics. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think genetics had a part to play. Because of this, again, I got to a certain point where I was flat, I was demotivated because I didn't go to the gym for 3-4 weeks. I didn't really lose much size. I probably did, but it didn't feel like I was deflating that much. And again, because of that, I struggled to get myself back into the headspace where I was like, why wouldn't I want to be better? Why wouldn't I want to have, sure, I've got good genetics. Why wouldn't I want to compound the genetics with being a legend and getting in the gym all the time and becoming a unit? This is something, again, that held me back. This idea of being naturally good at something and then being complacent with the mediocrity that comes with it. You can be naturally good at something, but you're never going to be great at it. You need to practice. Hard work always defeats natural talent. You know that, I know that, Michael Jordan knows that, everybody knows that. It's a fact of life. So I think the way that recently I have come to sort of get over this and improve my life in this way is to constantly tell myself that I'm average, and if not average, less than average. For example, with making YouTube videos, obviously I've only been making YouTube videos for a few months, made about 20 or whatever. Of course, I am far, far, far below average. I'm far below where I want to be. I'm happy with my progression. I'm happy with how things are going, but you need to be able to constantly be improving and constantly tell yourself that you're not where you need to be, not where you could be. But at the same time, enjoy the process, enjoy getting better, which I am doing. And that, I think, that is where the spirituality comes into it. Like, to be able to sort of sit back, relax, meditate while you are improving in your gym, in your whatever it is. This is powerful, and this is how spirituality has helped me to overcome this idea of mediocrity and being fine with being mediocre, but not being fine at the same time. Being fine in the sense that you are happy, but also wanting to be better and knowing that you are getting better each and every day. It's also, I think, important to note that this isn't a game of me against you. This isn't a game of me against Instagram models, Instagram calisthenic robots, whatever. This is a game of me against me, you against you, Instagram calisthenic robots versus Instagram calisthenic robots. You from yesterday is your only competition, and yeah, this is so powerful. We're all f***ed up, but we're all f***ed up in our own individual way. Don't try and compete with anyone else. Be the most authentic you, be the most powerful you. Meditate, go to the gym, start a YouTube channel and emulate the success of the big G. No, I'm joking. Emulate the success of the big M or the little C or the super N. Whoever you are, whatever your alter ego is, be you, be powerful, be happy, and be sweaty. Yeah, be sweaty as well. Sweat is a good thing. It shows that you're working hard. Rather, you're just sitting in a boiling hot room. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, number 2, confidence. Confidence. So, confidence is something that I struggled with for a long time. It's something that I still struggle with. It's something that ebbs and flows within me day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, blah, 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 you get the picture. I've reached a point now where I realize that confidence isn't walking into a room and demanding everyone's attention, demanding everyone's ears.
Ears. Are you deaf? Give me your ears.
Sorry?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean. I think for a long time, I saw myself as someone who needed to be the center of attention to feel confident. I dress in a certain way, maybe I still do. I dress in a certain way, I'd act a certain way, I'd get really paralytically drunk so that I could be this person that I wasn't. Now, I think it's important to note that alcohol isn't real confidence. That's a quote that I read somewhere from a little while ago that really sort of resonated with me, made me really want to work on my actual confidence. But yeah, I think I've reached a point now where I realize that that isn't the true me. Now, sometimes, don't get me wrong, it is. I am a show-off. I do have tendencies to want to be the center of attention. I'm a narcissist, just like every single one of you. Don't roll your eyes at me. You're a narcissist too. So basically, that confidence for me was coming from external validation. I think I've reached a point now where I realize that Sometimes I do like that. Sometimes I do want to be shouty. Sometimes I do want to be showy. Sometimes I do want to slut drop at your little kitten's funeral. But 50%, 60%, 70% of the time, I'm able now to sit in a room and listen and be quiet. And sometimes not even listen, sometimes just be quiet and be in my own head and not put the pressure on myself to be the loudest in the room, because that's where the anxiety comes from. That's where the lack of confidence comes from. It's where you're getting involved in a conversation just for the sake of getting involved with that conversation. It's not about contributing anything meaningful. It's about wanting people to listen to you for the sake of people listening to you. And when you do that, you don't have anything interesting to say, so people don't give a It makes you less confident, and it makes them want to slap you around the face with a fish more often than they would otherwise. Yeah, I've reached a point now where my internal monologue is such that when I am sat in a room and when I'm not feeling so involved with the conversation, I don't feel a necessity to jump in and spurt out some nonsense. My internal monologue is telling me that I am fine the way I am. I'm happy to just sort of sit in silence and listen. Or alternatively, it's not telling me anything at all. We're just sitting there, me and the little G. The little G! The little G is what I'm gonna call him. Okay, we've discovered a new alter ego within the big G's alter ego. Anyway, we're just sitting with each other in peace because me and the little G, we're best friends and I don't need anyone else. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Spirituality has helped to be a cheat code with this because it's just helped to silence my internal ego, negative monologue. That's the root cause of all of this anxiety and lack of confidence and lack of who you are and who you know yourself to be. I don't know why I've just suddenly gone so calm and zen. I think it's because me and little G are just chilling. I don't feel the need to be shouty all the time. I can also be relaxed and calm. No, I can't. This is a YouTube video. Energy, energy, energy! The third and final thing that I want to talk about today is spirituality, actually. Coming to a point in my journey of spirituality and realizing that spirituality isn't my whole identity. For me, I need other things other than spirituality. I'm not ever going to be someone who retires to a Tibetan monastery and meditates 8 hours a day. I mean, I say that now. I can't speak for myself in the future. Maybe I will become one of those people. I'm certainly more likely to do that than anyone else I know. But what I'm trying to say is I've realized that spirituality is a component of my life, of my identity, a very important component, but not the whole me. There's other things that I want to do with myself. I'm very much, as I said earlier, into my fitness, my health, my gym. See, the next biggest component that is intrinsic to myself. There are, again, other things that are important to me. I want to be successful. I want material gain. I'm very aware of wanting material gain for external validation. Now, I don't know, I can't say categorically that that isn't part of the reason. I think it probably is because I'm still very new to spirituality. I'm still very new to fully embracing the power of now and being 100% happy all the time. I don't need to be this all spiritual, wears bandanas, wakes up at 6 a.m. and meditates, lives off the fat of the land, grows his own crops, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to be that guy if that's not authentically me, just because I want to, I want to get across an image of myself on YouTube or to the people I see on the streets that I am highly spiritual. Don't need to be that because it's not 100% authentically me. I love my spirituality, but I also love my gym. I love my creative outlets. I want to make money, to be financially secure, to be financially free, to be able to invest in myself, invest in the clothes that I wear, the places that I see around the world, the food I eat. And that's fine. I don't need to be this 100% neo-Buddha to be spiritual. And the point I'm making in this video is that I've got that from spirituality. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap things up. If you like this content, I'm going to be bringing it to you whether you like it or not. So if you liked it, please do hit that like button, hit the subscription button, the bell notification, all of the good stuff. It really helps me out. I'm really trying to grow this channel now. More and more as I do these videos, I realize how much I do love making them. And hopefully I'm starting to get better on camera and you're starting to see more and more the most authentic big G and little G that I can bring you. And if not, That's okay. I'm still mediocre. I'm still subpar. I'm still learning. And of course, I'll still be growing and learning for the next 40, 50, 60 years, however long medicine allows me to stay alive, or however long my spirituality allows me to stay alive, and my health. Anyway, wrapping things up. Lots of love from the big G, guys. Stay awesome, and I will see you in the next one.